What's going on, guys? My name is Naz. Welcome to the Spooling Up channel. Thanks to anyone who subscribed recently, liked or commented. I've been a little bit inactive, or I haven't been as active as I would have liked to have been on the channel, but I've been busy. But anyway, back on the MK4 GOLF GTI today. Going to be changing the rocker cover gasket and giving the rocker cover a bit of a clean, because some of the oil's sweating from it. So let's have a look and let's get started. So it's more down here. Obviously, since I've done the deletes, I've been able to see a little bit clearer in the engine bay, and there's definitely some oil sweat marks around the rocker cover, mostly in that back right corner there. And I thought obviously it's going to be a good time as well to clean it up, because it's quite dirty and it's one of the first things that you see. So yeah, man, let's go ahead, man. I'll just strip it now. I think I'm going to start with taking this cover off, and then slowly begin to do the rest of the stuff. And then there we go, there's a cam belt cover. Also need to do the cam belt ASAP. So yeah, let's strip the cover anyway. Alright guys, so I've now got the loom unclipped from the valve cover, and I've got this hose disconnected. I've had to take the whole thing off, it was just easier. So I'm going to go for all of the 10 mils now. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think there's 7, 8, 9 at the back. So go ahead and take those off. I'm guessing this gasket's never been changed, because it was really stuck. But I've managed to separate this end now just by putting a tiny little lever bar like this one on the corner and just popping it up ever so slightly. So I'm going to wiggle it free now and get it off. So now I've got the valve cover off. This is what we can reveal. And I didn't know this camshaft, the inlet camshaft, actually has some kind of plastic covers on it, which I wasn't aware about. But yeah, I mean, at least under inspection, everything in here seems pretty normal. It's all good. Here's the cover. Obviously you can see build up of like some gunk inside, as you'd expect. Gasket split as I took it off. Inner gasket seemed to be okay. But yeah, man, I'm gonna take this in, get it cleaned up. Obviously I'm gonna have to clean up this whole area all around the top of the head here to make sure that the new gasket goes on nicely, but I'll worry about that in a bit. So just gonna put the tools away and start cleaning that cover up. All right guys, here we go. Here is my valve cover after a little clean up, just with sort of like a wire brush, some cloth and a little bit of engine degreaser. Got rid of some of the gunk on the inside as well, so it's looking a bit healthier in here. Obviously all this area where it's going to be sealed against the gasket has all been cleaned up as well. Make sure that I've got no lumps on that, and all on the inside as well. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's a lot better than it was. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start preparing the engine, just so that it's nice and clean for the gasket to go on it. Don't forget the middle as well. But yeah, just going to clean it all up, make sure that the gasket's got a nice surface to sit on, and then start putting it all back together. Just literally, I'm using a bit of rag just to wipe all the areas and get any of the oil off. There you can kind of see where it was leaking. It's a lot more wet there than it is on any other area of where the valve cover was sitting. So yeah, just back there in that corner. Once you have the surface nice and clean and you are happy with the way it looks, you can start to put the rocker cover and gasket back on. I've seen some people say that you need to put some sealant on this corner and on this corner, as obviously they curve down. It's pretty difficult for the gasket to seal on those corners, and I guess you could do the same over on this side as well. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit of sealant to the appropriate areas, and then gonna start putting things back on and bolting it all back together. So once you're happy, make sure that you sit your gasket on and it's sitting on there nicely, and then you can proceed to put the valve cover here back on. Right guys, so once you have the cover back on, don't forget to put your oil cap on, and you can torque the rocker cover up to 10 Newton meters. That's the figure that I used from the internet. Obviously my setup's different because I've got a catch can installed and I've done the delete, so obviously when it comes to stripping it, you may have the engine covers here, but it's pretty simple to get them off. And you also may have the vacuum reservoir and things like that, which may make things slightly difficult, or at least a little bit different to mine. But yeah, it's all back on. All I'm going to do now is do the things in reverse order. I'm going to put the coils back on and the loom, and attach all my hoses for the catch can and everything back up. And then after that, I'm going to let the sealant dry for a little bit, let that set, and then I'll go for a test drive, nice long test drive, make sure that no oil's leaking anymore. Just want to quickly show you guys something. Recently I fitted a catch can to my car, and I just wanted to show you. I thought I may as well open it up just to have a look at what kind of stuff was in there. So it's pretty much full. Look at that. Disgusting. And it absolutely stinks as well. Really, really pungent. So I'm gonna empty that. Clean the catch can out. Put that back on. Also, everything in here is pretty much redone. I'm just gonna leave the cover here for the cams, just so I can keep an eye on the gasket here as well, make sure it's not leaking there. Right guys, so I've got the engine running now. Just gonna keep an eye on the gasket, obviously as the engine warms up, and hopefully no leaks appear, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it over the next couple of weeks anyway, just to make sure that everything's okay. At the moment it seems fine, but like I said, got to let things heat up, and you have to wait. So that's that for now anyway. That's all done. Just be keeping an eye on it. Right guys, to summarize this video on the rocker cover or valve cover gasket replacement, it's gone pretty well. I don't have any oil leaks. I didn't really run into any trouble along the way either, and also in the meantime, while I was doing that, I managed to clean up the valve cover. So I just used a disc sponge on the abrasive side with a little bit of engine degreaser and a little bit of warm water to wash it all off. Obviously I let it dry overnight and before refitting it. Also, don't forget to put your silicone in any areas where the gasket's going, where it's not like a natural shape. So anything that's sort of curved and it doesn't look like it's going to seal properly, anything that isn't flat, just put a bit of silicone there. It will help things seal, and you'll have less headache in the end. But guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you at the next one.